So basically, they will plant the seed in sand, which takes 20 minutes to grow. Um, but if the daylight savings time triggers while the seed is planted, the game will think an hour has been spent. So it just
Yeah.
goes out automatically, and that's a really quick moon.
Fast moon, yes. And there is another method of DSTA, but it requires draining the battery on your Switch, which is not RTA viable yet.
Yeah, that is pretty
Um,
weird. But it's
yes.
in the BTT, which will premiere tomorrow on Titan's account. And they're both
Oh,
in cap right now, which is the first kingdom.
yes, they're in cap, and we can see that CMFP kind of messes up the first triple, but
It's
it's
yeah,
still
it's not
very
a big
close
deal.
mates. And now we can see so far that we might be seeing a little upset. Right now, Silo's ahead. Then again, it's very early in the
Bro,
race.
it hasn't even been 2 minutes yet. Okay, Silo getting water roll. CMFP not going for that.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, they're doing frog vectors, uh, which is just going in a 45-degree angle.
And here's the left side, which is this jump on the left.
Yeah,
it,
instead of
it,
going on the right side of the cap, which is slower, they go on
it,
the left side, which is fast, and it's also harder.
it's pretty
Um,
difficult and it barely saves any time. But for these runners, it's perfect.
yes, it is
And
worth it.
CMFP messed left side up.
And boom, Topper is dead. Well, now while we're waiting for the cutscene. Allow me to explain what this is all about. So, this tournament is sponsored by Plan B Esports, which is it's a gaming group based in I believe Germany, Austria, around there,
Austria.
Austria, and
Yeah.
they're sponsoring this match, this match and this whole tournament as a whole. The prize pool is 250 euros, which I'll quickly convert to dollars for us American folks, which is about $300. So big,
Big
big,
opportunities there.
yeah, big opportunities. So right now we can see predictions for who's gonna win. I'm gonna. It's very close. Wow. Okay. We never know.
Right. And this is Cascade, the second kingdom. It's a pretty story-driven kingdom, unless they go for DSS, which is a pretty difficult trick, which is not the most consistent thing ever, and I don't think they will go for it, like Sailo didn't go for it, and neither did CMFP, he also... Both of them
CMFP.
mess up. Both of them mess up going to the Odyssey cutscene.
Oh man. So it's still
And
pretty close.
so instead of Dino Skip, they'll be doing Dino Skip, which is um, way easier than DSS. They just jump up with the Dino using this trampoline
Now,
to
Snow,
go
I
out to the
must
Nether
tell
Moon.
you, my elation when first capturing the dinosaur in Super Mario Odyssey was beyond describable, and just the fact that it could be done every single any percent run I do just makes the run so much more fun. I bet it makes it so much more fun for the runners running even at a sub-hour level because um, it really relieves the stress that DSS brings because you don't really need to worry about a 25% success rate. Rather, it's about a 90% success rate.
I mean, yeah, Dino Skip is really consistent compared to DSS. Some runners are really good at DSS and they still miss it moderately often. So it's definitely a safe option for races.
Yeah. Um. So, yeah, right now they're about a second apart. It's pretty close for the 70% race.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, it's only been two kingdoms, and there will be definitely some really difficult kingdoms later on that can screw both of them over,
like clay clip, nut clip,
and other stuff including that.
reverse
Alright,
chest.
Sailo going for chest clip, while CMFP is going for... I forgot that that moon is gold. I think Sailo got moon clips, so I think he will be ahead. Oh no, he didn't. Damn,
Oh.
that's a big time loss, and CMFP is in the lead now.
Oh man. Oh man. That
That
is.
that moon clip is really difficult. There will be other moon clips. I think 2 other moon clips in this route.
Yeah, there's one in Wooded Kingdom, and then there's one in Snow Kingdom. The one Wood Kingdom saves a lot, like 20 to 30. Thanks for the follow, Trickster SMO.
Yeah, and Sailo got a 540, and I believe CMFP got a 537. Both of them are really good exits. Not perfect for their level, but they are definitely decent.
Very good.
And we can see that CMFP is around 3 seconds ahead out of Cascade. That probably won't matter too much. Sand is a pretty difficult and long kingdom, so maybe we
Yeah.
can see the lead change here. So this is where
Yeah.
they will plant the seed that we talked about earlier, and when the SDA like triggers, the seed will automatically grow. So that gives them a really easy moon. Like in the beginning of Sand, they grab 5 moons in a really quick succession. It's
5
probably like, well, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
1. Alright, let's count.
I mean,
2.
no, that was 1. Oh, Sailo
Oh,
bonking
wait,
on the
wait. That's 1.
on the
And then
plant,
this
and
is
then bonking on the overlooking the desert town moons columns. Can he still catch the bird? Yes.
He got the birdie. Let's go. That's
Yeah.
really all that matters. Thanks for the follow, Brenabaz. Grenabaz. I'm sorry.
CMFP's lead grew, and now he will grab the seed moon that probably grew. Yes.
All right, so that's 4 moons if you're keeping track, and then finally for the 5th moon,
It's employees only.
it's
And
employees only.
that was like
All these-
all in a minute. It's just in town there are a bunch of moons, but the rest of the moons are pretty spread out around the map. Like,
That's
for
just
example,
how
for
far.
this moon, they have to roll a bunch, and then they have to jump out on the top of that dune, which
And
can
this
be
one's
difficult
really
sometimes,
tricky.
but probably won't give these runners a lot of problems.
Yeah, because when you've been practicing for so long, you tend to know where the moon is. See,
Alright.
they both got it first try. And now it's actually possible to reach this archway without using the ice pillar, but I doubt that either runner will be going for that trick.
Because it's slower as well.
Yeah, it's slower as well, but...
Ooh,
maybe just
Sailo!
not-
Nice save from Sailo.
Oh, alright. Now they're going to do the Dram strategy, which is actually named
Ooh.
after... Oh, that's
He-
not a good Dram strategy.
He didn't get a long jump. He only got a single jump. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
and the Sailo
and
capturing the bullet bill
Sailo.
early, and at that point the best thing you can do is to just break the box and then go down after that, like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, it's
neither
like-
of them got drammed. How it's supposed to look like is they do an up throw, they collect the moon, and after they collect the moon, they instantly warp off to the crate.
Yeah.
But none of them could get it right. But yeah, CMF's lead grew. It looks like
Yeah,
it's
because
way
his
more
mess
than-
up was not as bad as Silo's.
Yeah. Okay, CMF is going for this trick called Reverse Jaxi, which is like not even considered a trick anymore because so many people go for it. Basically, they skip the sub area with the Jaxi by just climbing up here. And they also get 50 coins from the chest. Let's see if Sailo gets it. It's not that hard, but you can really easily mess it up.
It's the
Also did as well,
replacement for Jaxi Skip,
which is,
which is used by beginner runners.
I mean,
And
yeah.
people with like 112s. No, 102s, my bad, not 112s. But there's
I
an
mean, I still do Jaxi skit.
let's go, 100s as well. So right now, Silo's gonna start rolling to the cactus. And this cactus, it's actually faster to move it to the right as opposed to the left. Which kind of baffled me because when you exit the capture, you go towards the left and you're able to get the moon. And then you can just do a quick dive there and then boom.
Yeah. Doing correct camera control makes you able to dive through it and then you don't have to avoid it, and that saves a bit of time. CMFP got a clean notes with only one spin throw. It's not as easy as it looks sometimes. Yeah, Sailo didn't get it with one spin throw, he had to do an extra throw. but he got the moon as well. CMFB had a pretty cool sand apart from missing Graham, and um, and I think that was his only mistake, only big mistake in this kingdom. While Sailo had a bunch of issues with capturing the ball a bit early and messing up notes a bit, and other things I might not remember right now. But CMFP is leaving sand with a 1027, which is really good. Let's see what Sailo gets. I think it might be a 37 as well. No, it's 38. Yes, so or maybe a low 39.
Very
So
low.
there's an 11 to 12-second difference between the runners out of sand. That really means nothing because in this next kingdom, for example, there's a pretty difficult clip that can lose you a bunch of time if you can't get it correctly. It's called lay clip, which is a corner
Yeah.
clip that makes a reroute possible with grabbing 2 extra moves. It
Yeah, and
looks
then you
pretty
don't have to
cool.
do Rango.
Yeah, you don't fight a brutal.
So, yeah, Rango is the brutal that's yellow and tall, and you bounce on its head to get it, just like all the other brutals. So let's see if CMFP is gonna get late clip.
Well, if he goes for yeah, he's going for it. Does this crouch setup? Oh, that looks good. Yeah, he
He
played
got
it a
it.
bit safe, and yeah, that was nice. That was pretty quick. He got the checkpoint on the island moon, which he will grab later. Sailo also gets it. Really nice lake clip for both of them. I think Silo's lake clip was faster. Okay.
I think that Sailo has the edge in that regard. But
Yeah, so they grabbed that moon. They went out of bounds to grab the moon in the underwater dungeon, and they warp up to the checkpoint they got with the up row after the clip to collect the island moon. Or like, I don't know why I call it island moon, the painting moon. Every kingdom has like a painting moon like this, which is supposed to be unreachable in your first time visiting the kingdom. But speedrunners can do stuff like that.
yeah, and Snow Kingdom and Lake Kingdom and
Other
where
kingdoms as well, but in any percent we only use these.
yeah, we only use Snow Kingdom and Lake Kingdom.
I mean,
Um,
as long as they go for Snowdram, which I feel is very likely.
yeah, I doubt that that runners at a 100 or a 59 level would not be going for Snowdram, unless they're having a really bad time with it that day.
CMF is grabbing the last moon and then he can just warp out. That is a moon where you just have to talk to the fish lady inside that room, and he just gives you what she just gives you a moon.
Yeah,
Sailor had a bit of trouble entering it, but both pretty nice lake for both runners. Both of them got like a quick lake clip and no other mistakes. Really nice lake for both runners here. But now we're going to possibly the hardest kingdom on the game, so it might change. These
Wooded.
good
Now
runs
this
might.
could make or break a race.
13-16 lake exit from CMFP.
And then they're apart by like 11, 12 seconds.
Yeah, and 13-28 from Silo, so the difference didn't really change. There's
Oh
still
no,
a,
15, 16. Wait, no. What am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about.
there's
I'm
a
sorry.
12-second difference,
12-second
around 12.
difference. Okay, I was right for the first
Uh,
time. But let's see how.
I wish you
these
went to
runners-
school, Jack. Okay, so this Wooded has a pretty glitched route and really cool and really difficult
Very
movements.
glitched and
Oh,
cool.
CMFP screwed up the rock. I haven't. That's not really common, but that can happen sometimes if you don't grab the rock in time. Sailo also didn't stop rolling in time, so Mario just kicked the rock instead of grabbing it. Both of them messed up the rock.
Yeah.
Basically, that's also no. It's tomorrow. M underscore race.
I'm
It's like 3 moons in a
Yeah.
quick succession because they also buy the shop moon. You can buy a moon in every kingdom apart from Cloud and Ruined, I believe, or like Dark and Darker side as well. But you can only buy one on your first playthrough for 100 coins, and most of the time it's not worth it. In the optimal any percent route, that you buy 3 moons. You buy one in Snow, in Wooded, and in Luncheon. But I'm not sure if these runners will buy one in Luncheon because that's a really difficult route, especially for a race. Okay,
Yeah.
CMF is now doing not clip, which is a moon clip, which
Did you get
basically
it? I think we got it.
I think it did. They use the teleport power of the moon to go into the wall. CMFB getting the tank moon pretty cleanly. Let's see if Sailo can get the clip. Right, that looks good.
Yep. And now
CMFB going up the ramp. CMFB got this part of Wooded pretty well, and it's one of the hardest parts of Wooded. So that's a big relief for most runners. Let's see if Sailo can get the ramp. That ramp can be really wonky sometimes. You have to run up, but you have to pay attention that the last jump is at the correct spot. Otherwise, Mario will wall slide. This uproot. We've seen that earlier. There are a bunch of obstacle courses built around this capture, and this red maze is one of them, which has a moon in the middle.
You're supposed to use the uproot to get through the whole maze, but if you do some do a jump that's used in the Koopa Free Running for the Kingdom, you can skip the maze.
Yeah. Alright, now we're up to Flower Road Skate. It's a pretty difficult jump, even though it might not look that difficult. You have to get a triple jump on that railing, and it's not really easy to time, but CMFP getting it in no trouble. Let's see if Sailo can get it. Ah, yeah, that's ledge grab. There's a backup for that, but I just... Ooh!
Oh.
I'm not sure he knew the backup.
Oh.
Oh, he did the ledge grab again. Okay, yeah, there's the vault. That's the one of the most reliable setups, and he managed to get it. But because of the damage, he lost 3 additional seconds, or like 2.5. Because
he probably lost like 15 seconds total from that.
No, he didn't. But that every time you get damage, you lose 3 additional seconds because the next time you grab a moon, you will get a damage refill. Unless you get a multi-moon, or unless you refill your health before grabbing a moon. Okay, CMF is going to the nut around the corner with a stun cancel, which is just basically just pressing A around the same time you touch the ground. Otherwise, if you fall that much, you would get stunned.
And now we're gonna see Sailo fighting Spewart. Just kidding. He's actually going down to avoid Spewart. He's gonna get 2 moons in Flood, Pipewing, and Mister over here.
Yeah. And CMF is doing the Flooded Pipe section, which is a really cycle-based level. But I think he got it right with the best cycle. Like, the best cycle that people usually go for. There's a faster cycle that looks really hard. I haven't really tried it, but it looks pretty hard, and I haven't really seen people do it in runs.
So let's see how many seconds CMFP will be ahead of.
Sailo bonged, which can screw up the Flooded Pipe section a lot. Hopefully he can back it up properly. Oh, that was nice. He almost avoided the damage, but sadly he couldn't. Alright, 1828 from CMFP. That is a great Wooded exit.
1828. Alright, let's see what Sailo is going to get.
Yeah. CMFP has a big lead, but this can change at any time. Sailo got 1902, I think. So yeah, there's definitely a big difference right now. But one simple death from CMFP can change all that.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. This is Cloud, the shortest kingdom in this game. You basically just fight Bowser once. It still has some interesting tech in it. You can see after he insta-captures the head, he changes the angle of punching Bowser. That's because when he jumps, like now, like Bowser jumped, you saw, he only jumps 1 platform instead of more. And that saves very little time, but it's still something speedrunners do.
Yep.
And for the third one, he's gonna take an intentional damage, so he can position himself better.
Because you don't get damage refresh in Bowser Fight, so there's no moves to get.
But it will damage refill if you beat the boss, so you don't have to worry about your health.
Yeah, and it doesn't like have like that 3-second unoptimal thing.
Yeah. And CMF is going to Lost. Lost has this bird called Klepto, that will try to steal your cap, but speedrunners can avoid his trigger zone, and they can just deactivate Klepto later on. Now they will be doing this really difficult jump called Meme Tree.
Meme tree is a very tricky jump.
I
Oh,
mean,
look at that up throw meme tree. That is
I've never
interesting.
seen that before. That looks pretty cool.
And you
You
can
just
see.
go from that tree to that platform, basically avoiding the trigger zone of the bird, Klepto.
Now, death and loss can actually completely reshape the match because it could lose between 10 seconds to like over a minute, depending on where you mess up. So we'll really see what happens there.
Well, CMFP going for a vault, I believe? No,
No,
alright. It looked like he was going for a wall. That was weird. Sailo getting a bone called Meme Tree, but luckily he didn't fall off. Getting
and
another bone,
Fox
but he's
again.
still on the platform, so that doesn't really mean that much.
And moon grab for CMFP.
There's this trick called reverse capital that he doesn't go for. Maybe Silo will. Oh no, he does. I'm done. Which
That's it.
basically means they grab this moon before blasting
Oh,
open
man.
the other moon. That is a pretty precise trick that can be really risky. And now they
Yeah.
do cage triple, which you have to do that difficult triple jump without the help of Cappy, because Cappy is waiting to be shot by the capital. That can also be screwed up really easily. And then they just avoid death to just go to the end.
So, yeah.
That was a pretty clean loss from CMFP, I believe. I don't remember him doing any mistakes. Let's see what exit. Oh, and Sailo screwed up reverse jab beetle.
That's even
That's not a
more
big time
time.
loss.
So it's a 22:02 lost exit for CMFP. Let's see if we can compare it to Silo's lost
Sailo
exit.
also gets a clean cage triple. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's gonna get it.
Can he save himself with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
He just
Now
breaks
it's
this
Night Metro. Night Metro is like mandatory part of Metro. Because
Silo's ahead by about 45 seconds, by the way. So,
you mean
yeah.
CMFP.
Oh, CMFP, yeah. My bad.
I think it's more than 45, or wait, is it? No, I think it's exactly 45. No, wait, I'm dumb. 47.
Yeah, you should probably go back to school, Smith.
47. Okay, so basically in this moon, in this kingdom, you only grab 2 moons and the mandatory multi-moon. You can skip this multi-moon, but it requires 2-player mode and it's also way slower.
Yeah.
But let's see if they can get a clean Night Metro. Here's this part in the City Hall interior, which is also cycle-based part.
That's why it's not going crazy just yet.
You
Well,
can make it faster with a strat called Goomba Hack, where you go onto the side and you do some sharing bounces to be barely ahead of the cycle, of the elevator cycle. And then there's a blind jump that CMFP did. And now he's gonna fight Mecha Diggler, which is a pretty dumb boss. You have to aim with a tank and shoot his bubbles. And that's not really easy sometimes. You have to use motion controls as well. And both of these runners will be hoping to get a 2 cycle, which means that they beat the boss in 2 cycles. If they don't manage to beat the boss in 2 cycles, they will lose a bunch of time, like over 30 seconds.
Yeah, which doesn't seem like a lot in context of like an hour-long speedrun, but when CMFP is up by 47 seconds, a 3 cycle could really cost him and really make the race close. We'll see what happens here.
He will have a window of time where he can shoot all the bubbles, and if he doesn't manage to do it, he gets a 3 cycle. And sometimes the Wailer doesn't really cooperate, but I think that's good. Yeah, nice 2 cycle from CMFP, pretty good RNG. And this is like the only spot in this game where there's RNG involved. It's basically what pattern the Mecha Wiggler goes in, but no matter what the Wiggler does, 2 cycles are always possible. But sometimes they are more difficult. And yeah, CMFP with a pretty clean night metro as well.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, let's see how far apart they are now. So we're seeing that CMFP has a
25-16.
25-16 exit. Let's see what Silo gets. 1T.
Oh, that also looks like a good pattern.
Yep.
Let's see if
Nice
we can.
pattern.
Oh, he left out one bubble, but I think he
Fine.
cooks
Yeah, you got it.
correctly. Yeah, that's really,
So now
really nice to
CMFP
cycle.
is gonna be doing a strat called Metro Dram. And this is like another dram strategy, except instead of a bullet bill, you capture the electrical wire.
Yeah, it's
So
live.
and he's gonna follow that up with another trick. This one's a lot harder. It's called scoop clip, where you can clip in to get this moon here, and he gets that really well too.
You have to like tilt the controller, and it's pretty subtle. Like the game doesn't tell you about that. That you can tilt to make it steer more. Yeah, 25-16 is an outstanding night match exit for CMFP. He's having a really great run right now, and so is Sailo, but CMFP is still a lot ahead. But we are only in Metro, and there's a lot of difficult tricks and kingdoms left. So this one is
Got
far from
snow
discovery.
dram, bullet
Yeah,
building.
yeah. Bullet
Seaside.
building is coming up if they go for it, which I think they will. It basically is a reroute where you grab 2 or 3 moons instead of the story moons and the Mecha Wigler strap moon. One of them is slots.
So yeah,
Which
right
is
now I can see that that CMFP is actually 41 seconds ahead of his 1:00:38 league PB. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, he might get a Sobar and a PB in this race.
Yeah,
Okay, so
we'll
this
see
is
that.
bullet building. It's 2 quick moves from this pretty difficult sub area. You have to do this first part really quickly to catch a cycle. And we are going to see an insta capture, which basically means he has to capture this bullet build twice. And the way he does that, he does an up throw and then waits for the bullet build to go under the hat, and then he releases the hat, causing it to go back to Mario, and it hits the bullet build twice. It's a pretty cool trick.
Yes.
I mean, while Sailo getting slots, slots is actually consistent. Like, it always starts with the same symbol. So, if you do the strat correctly, you will always get the moon. Oh,
man.
Sailo grabbing the... I'm not sure what that's called, like
That
the
loses like
traffic
half
light.
But right now we're gonna see one of the most satisfying parts of the run, which is the tower climb. So just watch that. Or you can
some
watch
well-
Sailo doing bullet building, which is also cool.
Just some well-timed backflips and dives. Let's see if Sailo can get the insta-capture. He doesn't change the camera, but that looks good, yeah. It's... I'm not sure how hard it looks, but it's really... It has a really weird timing to it, and it's pretty hard to get used to it.
Yeah. So right now, CMFP is gonna go into this. Oh, he cancels the stun animation by jumping. So that's actually
cool,
pretty
yeah.
good. So yeah,
If you roll on the right side, you will always go for it. You can roll
Yeah.
basically anywhere and it will work. It's not really a difficult sub area, even for casual run players.
So that's a very clean metro from CMFP. I'm
Yeah, wait,
gonna.
I believe it is a 29, 28 or 29, or 29, 28 or 29, 29.
The BPT is he actually got. I'm looking at his stream right now. He got actually plus 0.08 off his gold. His BPT. I'm not gonna do any commentary curse, but his BPT is 59.24 going in the snow. So
Yeah,
that's really
that has a potential for a BB for CMFP.
yeah.
So let's
Definitely.
see if we can pull this off.
I'm gonna do some more
It's gonna be
research.
going to snow now, which is you only grab 8 moons, but because of how dumb snow is and how few moons are there at the beginning, that will take over 4.5 minutes, or maybe not, but around that time, because all of the moons are so spread out, and some of the moons, like 2 of the moons, are story moons.
Now, just to compare, CMFP's sub-hour metro exit was at 29:23, so he's only 6 seconds behind his PB. Just keep that in mind. So right now, Silo's exiting. He's about like
A minute or like
55
55
seconds.
seconds behind with a 30-23. That is still a good metro exit. I'm not sure if he can PB with it, but that is definitely on
Thank you
pace
for the
to
follow,
get a low
Octonaut.
101, I believe.
So right now, CMFP is going to do some cool movement to get this moon here.
Was it 29-2x? Yes, it was a 29-29 door. And yeah, basically CMFP grabs nearly all the available moons that exist in this kingdom at this point. They start by grabbing Captain Toad outside and then going to the town. Grab all the moons outside and then go into 2 sub-areas and grab
Oh no,
2
you missed the
from
clip.
it.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's not a big time save. Like if you get that clip, you only save, I believe, less than a second.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter too much.
So you might be wondering why he's going pretty slow, but it's okay because this is actually cycle based, so it's actually good to go slow in this sub area here.
He didn't get like a big launch from the Taifu, but that's not a big deal. He still got like the same Taifu cycle. Also, Sailo had a bit of struggle entering it. Oh, that's bad.
That's alright. It's alright. He did really well with the backup, so that only lost about a second or so. So it's alright.
You have to grab both, or you have to kill every single Spiny for the moon to activate, and you optimally try to keep one Spiny alive because that allows some cool camera manipulation that saves a bit of time. But he accidentally left one alive on the right side, but he got a pretty cool backup, so he didn't really lose that much of time. And you could see Sailo get the Moonclave that CMFP missed, unfortunately. And maybe he will be able to showcase the Taifu launch that I was talking about. No, he missed the platform.
Yeah.
Now
it's actually possible, and it's used in the BTT, and could possibly be used in Run soon, to actually skip the Goomba capture by doing something called ICC, standing for Ice Corner Clip, found by... oh, that was almost close to a bomb, but found by XDXbox Jaja. And so right now we're gonna see CMFP get the shot moon and then go for Snowdram, which could make or break a run. If CMFP gets Snowdram, we can see this be PB pace with a decent PBT. Although the snow was slightly sloppy, he lost about 5 seconds or so total. I feel like this should be he should be fine, assuming he gets Snowdram. Oh,
Sailo killed the Goomba.
Oh,
that's unfortunate.
The
The only backup that way is to die to respawn the Goombas if you want to grab that moon. Okay, so CMF is doing Snowdram. It's a jump to basically grab a painting moon that you are not supposed to obtain yet. Sailo died again.
Sailo died again.
That is really unfortunate.
That is rough. Okay. So
and CMFP getting 34.05.
Yeah, he's 4 seconds off his gold. It's a 59.28 BPT in entering Seaside. It's a 34.05 exit. Really good for him. Another. I was looking at the restream, but yeah, it's
Did Sailo die again? No. Okay. Oh, he did. Okay. He accidentally got a roll instead of a long jump. That is really unfortunate. He died 3 times in Gombaru. And now he only needs to grab that moon. Hopefully he can get this jump. Easily. And he managed to do it. That is a big time loss, unfortunately. The race is obviously not over yet, but CMFP has a big enough lead that if he plays it safe, he could still, like really safe, he could still win the race. So Sailo has to hope that Sailo has to hope that CMFP does some big mistakes. And yeah, that doesn't really matter. That's only like 2 seconds. You just have to hope that he doesn't lose. He's allowed to lose around 30 seconds from now on to the end of the game compared to his goals to steal PB.
So basically, as long as he doesn't do any major mess ups. Now I wonder if he's gonna be going for Spiritless. I don't
I'm not
think
sure
he
if he
will.
ever goes for it, but like I am not sure actually. I haven't seen him do spiritless ever.
Because
Sailo
you should
getting
start
Snogra.
doing Spiritless should be done at a 58 level, right? Yeah,
Um,
58.
I mean it's a question of preference,
Yeah,
but yeah.
but basically, like most people who do Spiritless, like you can do Spiritless at a 123 if you want to, but it'll be hard. But I mean, if you feel like doing that,
Okay, so basically we haven't explained it yet. Spiritless is a route in Luncheon Kingdom that saves time over the traditional route, where you basically skip the spirit fight and all the story content in Luncheon by grabbing like uh, a lot of moons that are not story moons, and and it's a pretty cool route with a bunch of interesting stuff, damage boost on the lava. So if you're interested, you should definitely check it out. The world record right now has it, but I'm not sure if CMFP will go for it. It only saves like I am actually not sure. I don't want to say anything dumb, but I'm pretty sure it saves less than 10 seconds.
yeah.
CMFP said he would do Spiritless if it was 5 minutes away ahead. I'm not sure if it's 5 minutes ahead. It's
I
probably
think
less than that,
for like
but
30 seconds ahead.
no, that's way more than 30
Oh,
seconds.
no, my bad. Oh, he messes up Seaside Clip. That's rough. And
Oh,
he
and the
kills.
kill! No!
That's
Oh my
unfortunate.
god!
That is
That's
not good.
unfortunate.
That is
There's no,
really bad. That is really bad.
I
Oh
haven't
man,
seen
I
that.
have never seen that be done. Never. That is
Yeah.
insane.
Well. It basically just he accidentally pressed the trigger
Oh
button 2 times. Is what happened. So
yeah.
it's not like it was like a really um like I don't know what to say. I'm just saying that that's really unfortunate, and that
Hmm.
loses a lot of time. He's still gonna have a comfortable lead if he doesn't do any more mess ups, but I'm pretty sure
Yes.
PB's
PB is dead at this point. Um,
yeah.
Race
He
PB
was
is still alive though.
he wasn't sure how to back it up. He was going to talk to the swings, but then he remembered that he didn't grab this moon yet. Like it is what it looked like at least. He was thinking. He was standing in place with the cheap thinking about what to do. That is really unfortunate.
Yeah, very very sad to see. Um,
But
but
he's still leading the race with a lot
yeah,
over
he's still.
Sailo.
Yeah, it's got to be by like 40 seconds or so. No, more than
No,
that.
it's more than that. Sailo's free death in
Yeah, that cost.
the Goomba room that cost him a lot.
So we'll probably be seeing a mid 100 from CMFP and then something like a mid 101 from Sailo. I think that's.
We are in Seaside, Jack. But yeah,
Look,
that's
can I not
it.
make predictions, Snore?
But yeah, there are there are 4 kingdoms and the 3 of them are quite difficult. So
Yeah. Let's see if he's gonna do Spiritless. This is gonna be very interesting to see.
yeah, if he does, maybe he could save BB in it. I am not sure.
I
What is?
doubt because his BPT at this point is a 10020. So
Oh
unless he
yeah,
gets
then
to
definitely not.
yeah,
Um,
it's
I
and he
probably
messed
underestimated the mistake.
yeah, the mistake cost like because he didn't know where to go at this, and it probably cost like 30 seconds. No, more than that. It cost him. Let me just check. It cost him like 40 seconds.
He also
That
messed
is,
up Soul Triple, which is not a big of a deal. But yeah, maybe this race isn't over. Just one mistake could help Silo catch up from CMFP. But let's see. He's fighting Spirit, which means that we are not going to see any Spiritless from CMFP. And I strongly doubt that we will see it from Silo here. Maybe if he wants to catch up, he might try it, but I don't feel like that's really probable.
mhm.
Ooh, that's a weird soul triple. He
Yeah.
probably lost.
Oh
He
yeah,
lost
yeah.
speed. He
Yeah.
lost speed, but he
He
still dried
jumped
it.
up a little bit lower than like the highest possible point, and he's gonna mess it up. Okay, he realized his mistake.
Yeah,
And
soul triple is not an easy jump.
very
It's
precise. Yeah, for sure.
it's very hard to tell when you did the triple jump on the correct spot. But yeah, the damage refill also costs Sailo another 3 seconds. But yeah, we can. The rest of the few kingdoms left will be really tough for both runners if they want to win. CMFP has to keep his cool to keep his lead that he has, and Sailo has to go really fast to have a chance to get back. So, oh, CMFP missed the cappy dive up to the weird luncheon formation. He grabs the checkpoint to not get the damage refill, and that probably saved time over just getting the damage refill. That was pretty smart.
Yeah, that's very good for CMFP for using that big brain strategy right there.
100 IQ strategy.
100 IQ, yes. Yeah, sorry, yes, big brain from me.
100 IQ. I just realized how that's not even high. I wanted to say a really high number, but I just said 100. I meant 1,000. Oh my.
100 IQ. The frog shots are flying all over the screen.
Okay. The MFP doing a camera manipulus, which basically means that he doesn't do any camera manipulations to make the Podapu appear in time. That's a pretty hard strat where you have to do a roll cancel and keep the speed throughout the Salt Island.
Now,
Now
it's my favorite sub area by far. You just go like boom, capture, boom, boom, and there we go.
The motion captures can, or the motion controls can really screw you over here, but luckily it didn't happen to CMFP.
Oh man, yeah.
I love the amount of poke jumps so much, and there's the lull in the upper right corner. wait. If I put in just a random emoji, does it show up?
I think so. That's off the screen. Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, the Tyrone. Okay.
The Tyrone spoon.
Right.
There they are.
Okay.
Alright.
So now this is another RNG part. Well, semi-RNG. Where you have to hit the cheese. And CMFP gets it.
100 IQ. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
I don't think we'll forgive you for that mistake ever.
What the?
Oh,
what the hell? What happened to Sailo? Oh, was that like a controller?
He missed their throw. Oh, there's Snowy.
What was that like a controller?
Yeah, I think it was an error with the controller.
Yeah, that looked like maybe it wasn't, but like the controller went to the complete opposite direction. So it was just maybe it was like a snapback or something. Yeah, but luckily he could back it up pretty well. I mean, maybe. You never know. CMFP is a really consistent runner.
Yeah, you could see his consistency in that run that he got. We'll see if he does make it to the league. Which
I'm not sure. Well, if he wins the race, he'll have a really good chance to win.
Yeah. Oh, really? Be good for him.
And like we could see that like basically the only big mistake CMFP did before Seaside or before Luncheon was killing the Cheap, which is a big mistake, but it's only one mistake.
Yeah. If CMFP wins this, I think that he'll pretty much clinch, unless he loses to Okra. But it really provides a really good cushion for him if he does do that. Yeah.
Okra armband, I believe he has a 1057, so the PBs are still close for CMFP. So,
but we've been seeing his consistency just this whole time. Yeah.
No spoilers. What you mean no spoilers? What did you spoil?
I don't think we're spoiling anything. CMFP.
Okay.
All right. So right now.
34,
we're gonna
44, 30 lunch. We can see Sailo's lunch and exit. I believe he's not a minute behind.
Yeah, he's less than a minute behind. He's like, well, no, he's like 50 seconds behind probably, which isn't horrible, but it also needs to take a lot for him to come back. not to be bleak about the situation or anything.
And now we are going to see RBM, which is the first three last kingdoms. All three of them are interesting kinda. I mean, not Ruin. Ruin is pretty consistent and boring. But Bowser's and Moon are two hard kingdoms that are really easy to mess up. And yeah, Sailo is over a minute behind, but with one big mistake in Bowser that can all change. Or Moon. These, like with the death of pillars, it's over a minute. Time loss, for example. So it's not over yet. Sailo with a 45-38 launch and exit, which is 68 seconds behind CMFP's launch and exit.
Yeah. So now that we're in Ruin, let's talk about our sponsor. Now, normally during Ruin, in other races I've commentated, we would make joke sponsors, but this time, this race is actually sponsored by Plan B Esports. So, big shouts to Plan B Esports. And the prize pool, which I mistakenly said was 250 euros, is actually 380 euros, which if I just quickly convert that to dollars, it's $466.77. So, whoever will, and not just so far. And of course, if you want to contribute to the prize pool, just go to the link that Dan's the link in in the chat. So.
Also follow the runners. I'm not sure how to make them show up. CMFP 41 and Sailo 93, both really talented on the speedrunners.
Yes.
You should definitely follow them on Twitch.
Yeah, and follow the commentators as well, because
if you like their commentary, you can follow
if you like
us
our
as
commentary.
Well. We also speedrun Odyssey, but not on as a high level as these two.
Yeah, not nearly. Well, Snoy is but yeah, right now we're gonna see CMFP just exiting Ruined as Sailo is in his second phase. So basically, that's like how far apart are they right now? Because I
don't think the difference changed much.
Yeah, the difference.
From the 68 seconds we last. So
68.
Yeah, 1 minute and 8 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for the follow, Carter Steenhard.
What's up, Carter? Alright,
yeah, now they're gonna go into Bowser's, which is, in my opinion, probably they're the hardest or second hardest. It's between Bowser's and Wooded. Simply because Bowser's at the end of the run. When you're at the end of the run, you're a lot more stressed than you are at the beginning of the run. Like, if you're resetting Wooded, it's like, fine, okay, I'll just start another game. Thanks for follow, Will 24235. Yeah, basically, it's not even hard kingdom. It's not just a hard kingdom. There's also just a lot of stress, and some of the hard tricks are shards. The Brutos can be annoying. We can see that CMFP before the race. If any of you were here before the race, we can see that CMFP was practicing Moon, which can be tough sometimes. And then the final and the biggest and the hardest part of Valkyries is the mech fight, which are a multitude of strategies that need to be used to do that.
Yeah, now we're going to see shards from CMFP, which is basically grabbing 5 little moons to like make it one big moon. They could moon shards, that's why it's called shards. And there are two different approaches to that. One of them is like,
oh wait, that's me.
One of them is old shards, and one of them are new shards. Like new shards is quite an interesting strat that CMFP is doing, which basically like shuffles around the order and has a very difficult jump in the middle.
Yeah, that's
he couldn't avoid the damage. The roll cancel to grab that. There's this really difficult jump that you have to avoid putting Mario's head onto a tree.
Yeah,
it might not look that hard, but you can really easily overshoot it, and it's really dumb. It's one of the hardest strats that you can add in Bowser's.
Yeah.
And he's also going to take the damage refill from getting damaged by the Spiny. I believe
So
PSCMF is still over a minute ahead.
yeah, because it looks
So
like that they just finished a story moon, but the thing is, these are two separate story moons. It's pretty hard to tell the difference between the two, but there are some big discrepancies between them. So right
let's
now,
see if
CMF,
Sailo goes for old shard, so we can see like the difference. For old shard, you grab that shard first, go to this one, and you avoid that down jump by just climbing on the roof and just
yeah.
grabbing the moon behind the roof before the moon
Oh, we
hits
forgot to
you.
mention the ram strategy as well.
They will
But
mention
when
that.
Sailo does it, we'll make sure to mention that. So right now, CMFP is going for doing Harriet. Let's see if CMFP does Furriet or just a normal Harriet setup. Looks like just doing a normal Harriet setup. Furriet is a trick that was discovered by All Moon's world record holder Fur. And also, yeah, okay.
So basically, you do a first person setup, and you throw Cappy before Harriet throws the bomb, so you can launch back at her instantly. And now Sailo is doing Bowser's Jam. It's basically he leaves Cappy there for the pylon, and he shakes as he gets the moon. So after getting the moon, he just warps into the pole. That's like he just cuts out a bit of moon. It's pretty tight jumping to that platform without Cappy.
And it
Or,
looks like
after
Silo is going to do the right way, topper first, which is obviously superior. So that's
there's
really
actually
good.
no difference between which Poodle you choose first. It's pretty
It's
much preference, and
it's preference, but we all know that topper first is better, like deep down. Even if you do
that's
Harriet,
true. That's true.
yeah, yeah, you can't really deny that.
CMFP getting the spinning moon. I think this is a pretty clean, moderately clean first half of Wooded for CMFP. The only like big mistake was shards. Um, did CMFP get? I actually wasn't paying attention. I think because I was talking about all shards. On Silo's stream. And now CMF is going to grab Crates, the first, or no, the second additional moon. Basically, most of these moons in this kingdom are mandatory, apart from two.
What? What? Did he miss
Oh,
the moon? Oh,
yeah, he missed the
CMFP.
moon. Oh my
Oh
god,
man.
that is, CMF is doing some unusual mistakes in this
Yeah,
run.
very unusual mistakes between the seaside clip fail and this. I've seen
That
so
is
much.
not a big time loss. Like that was probably less than
But
10
still, it's
seconds.
probably the funniest looking. It's like you just go by it.
Yeah, there's also one in flooded pipe section where you do this pipe section and you just dive over the moon and you just go into the pipe. And you have to restart the section. Luckily, that this one doesn't lose as much time. CMF still has a comfortable lead over Sailo.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did I say?
So
There are two choosable moves, and the rest of the moves are given. But both Sailo and CMFP chose the optimal two moons.
so right now, we're gonna oh man, CMFP mess. What?
Okay, Rockin' Deafened. Alright, so this is the mech fight, which basically is like the final boss fight before Bowser. You have to grab on all of the bubbles, but the mech is consistently trying to knock you off. And there are some interesting strategies here. You are just trying to stay on mech instead of using the bird with casual playthrough. And he's going to do a strat called Harriet first, which means that he's going to spin down on Harriet on top, or not spin down, but normal grapple, and now he's trying to land on Stewart and then spin down
Nailed
to
it.
finish off the boss.
Boom. There we go. Yes.
That's one of the most satisfying strats to pull off, but if you're on a good pace, that is really challenging because it's kind of a tight timing.
Oh, Silo messing up the dive on the Rango right there.
Yeah, that's not a
Get the
big
second
deal
try.
because he managed to back it up pretty nicely. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going
And
for
top
Topper
require.
Required.
Oh, and now he's on the Spewart. Oh
Yeah,
man, this is a pretty
you, you,
rough
you,
time
you
so
cannot
far.
do target Requires on Topper, or maybe you can, but people usually don't know how to. So he basically just didn't think out the Stewart and just
You
went
required
right
me.
into Topper. Yeah, that was pretty
Imagine
lucky.
if you have to if you do topper last with target acquired, that'd be horrible.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. Um, And yeah, Sailo gets really lucky like 2 times on this mech because the first time he was landing on the little platform,
Nailed it.
the mech just turned on the same moment Sailo was about to fall off, saving him. And then he didn't manage to get the spin pound on topper and he still hasn't fall off. So the mech is really trying to help Sailo here, but CMFP still has a comfortable lead. If
Yes.
CMFP gets a decent enough moon, he probably has this race in the bag.
For sure.
And I'm pretty sure PB is not really likely for CMFP. Yeah, 55-44. He needs a 513 or 512 moon. He needs a 512 moons to. Not 512, 514. Okay, I might be saying dumb stuff right now because I'm pretty bad at math. But if he gets a good moon, this is still a 1-0.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And yeah, this could still easily 1-0, even despite that horrible.
I mean, maybe not easily. Can you check?
Well,
what
let
CMFP
me check the BPT. My bad. Yeah, BPT is 10053. So if he didn't do that shards thing and that seaside thing, this would be a PB.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty good run so far from CMFP, despite the unfortunate mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So now he just has to pay attention not to die and get a decent enough moon, and he will probably win the race. And Sailo just has to hope that something goes wrong for CMFP.
Yeah, which bad things can happen. For example, CMFP could fall in pillars. That's very unlikely, and that happens very seldom. But we'll see if that does happen. That seldom happens, rather. I'm sorry, I used
this Bowser fight is pretty similar to the Cloud fight.
yeah, except he like has barriers and fire.
Yeah, and also there's this extra cycle here, extra attacking cycle, which is basically an auto schooler. You can do literally any aerial movement and you will jump over this fire. Like
You can even throw your cap.
I'm not sure, but I think you can roll over those fires.
Yeah. I think. Oh,
Sailo missing instead.
We've seen.
Did you miss the end?
No, I got it.
Weird camera for Sailo.
Yeah.
Usually.
Probably.
Gunners usually doesn't change the camera too much.
Now this is just CMFP having fun with the jumps, because you could really do anything you want. You can see that he's doing a cap throw followed by a ground pound, so just make it as unique and cool as you really want it to be.
Yeah, it's something like most runners try to have like their own thing of how to jump over that.
It's like their signature.
Yeah, for some people, but some people just mess around. Like, people might remember that Lil Curve used to do a spin jump over that, and he used to like press the ground pound button until he barely didn't touch the ground, so he can jump up again instantly. That's the one I remember.
And Sailo doing the first person, just to take a look at Bowser's eyes. So let's see if CMFP will be going for 2D skip or XD skip, which are two tricks done in the 2D section. I highly doubt he'll be doing 2DSS, which saves time, but it's very, very hard to do. So,
yeah, it would be pretty dumb for him to do that right now. And 2D skip is a skip that you can die easily to, and it saves 2 seconds. And CMFP doesn't really need it right now, so but I think it might still be going for it. Next is skip is just like a skip that doesn't save time, and it's usually just like a joke.
yeah.
Oh my god, that looked...
But he got it.
That looked a bit scary, but he got it, yeah.
Not to see no XD skip from CMFP today.
Yeah, if CMFP gets a good... No, not even a good killer, if he just doesn't tie the killers, he can probably win this race.
Yeah.
So he can play it really safe.
Yep.
And 59-59 fade out, he needs if he gets a better pillars than a 101, then he gets a 101. And 101 pillars are not too hard for his level.
Yeah, not at all.
Get his early pillar.
Yep, and nails that pillar. You think he'll nail this pillar? A few missed, but still pretty good. Alright, let's see if he'll nail this pillar.
Sometimes it's pretty hard to aim for this pillar because Bowser's angles are pretty weird. Oh no, he missed one, but it's nice back up.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's still a 1-0.
What will his final time be?
It's 1:00:57, I believe.
1:00:57. GG's to CMFP with the win for the race. This means that CMFP is 2-0 in his group, while Sailo drops to 1-1. We'll really see how the cookie crumbles, per se, but we'll really see what happens now. But
all right. Sailo also has pillars room left, but that was a really yeah, there was some unfortunate and big mistakes, but a 1:00:57 is still a nice time. Not even a minute of his personal match. And his next opponent is going to be Okra Armben, who has a 1:00:57.
And so, Silo's next opponent will be Ash Harkos, which he is favored to win against.
Asartos' PV is a 1:01:22, I believe. So there's less than a minute of a difference there. So those will be two interesting races going for the spot on the league. So you guys should definitely check that out. And Sailo getting a 1:02:09, I believe.
Yes.
Oh no, 07.
07. Yeah. Okay. So if we'll see if either runner will come in for interviews, but
just a 1 minute and 10-second difference.
Just a quick update. The Tylo Tech versus Ganon Slayer match will be postponed to 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, and I believe 9 p.m. Central European, and 8 p.m. GMT. All right. So yeah, that's basically just the announcement. Instead of that, after this, we're gonna be watching Luceris versus Lightron, which is bound to be a very interesting race because both of them have PBs that are very close to each other. So we'll really see how the cookie crumbles in that race. Yeah.
That might be one of the closest races. I believe Luceris has a 1:11 and Lightron has a 1:08. So there's a 3-second difference between their PBs. So that is going to be a really interesting race for that.
And right now, we actually have CMFP and Sailo in the call. So they're gonna do hello. So yeah, GG's on your race.
Yeah, GG's. GG's sympathy.
Both really got great times. And CMFP, let me just start with you. What happened to you?
Oh, Jesus Christ. If I had gotten Fish Clip, if I had been a little bit less greedy on Fish Clip, I'm positive I would have PB'd. I can't believe that. I was like a little bit too greedy on the way I like decaptured it, so I wasn't far enough. And then when I went for it a second time, I just totally flubbed the inputs and ground pounded right on the fish. And then I had no idea what to do because I've never seen someone do that before.
I could really see how lost you were. You tried to go down to talk to the Sphinx. But
yeah, I was gonna go talk to the Sphinx, but I forgot I needed the other moon still. So I was like, shit, I need to just go get a fish and I guess I'll just go out of bounds again.
Yeah, even though you did that mistake, which cost like 50 seconds, right? You still got a 1-0, which is insane. So massive GG's to you.
Thank you.
All right. And then also what happened in Bowser's as well, the roll past the moon. Yeah, very good.
I just wasn't really focused anymore after Seaside, to be honest. Once I saw I could still get a 1-0 out of Bowser's, though, I tried my best in the moon. But from like lunching through Bowser's, I was a little bit shook.
I also like the way you roll past the moon trades. That is a really funny looking mistake, but luckily that didn't cost that much time.
Yeah. Sailo, how do you feel about this? How do you think you did during this race?
I mean, I'd say low 1 or 2 is still a solid time, and I don't think that run was even that terrible. I lost 50 seconds in snow because I died 3 times in one room.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it would have been kind of close actually if I didn't do that. But yeah, that run from CMFP was just pretty good, and I just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, it was just such a good run from CMFP. He really dominated for basically the entire race. But really good job for that 102. That's a great time for a race for somebody your level. But yeah, any questions? Any questions for and do you have any questions, Snow?
No, not really. I just want to say GG's to both of you, and that was a really nice race. And thank you, Jack, for commentating.
Thank you, Snow, for commentating with me.
Yeah, thank you guys for commentating.
I missed football for
the streamer and Dan stuff for organizing this qualifier so well.
And also massive thanks to Cool Cat Games and Cool Cat Gang and Plan B Esports for really putting on this show and having us on as commentators. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Up next will be Light Ron versus Listeris. We'll see who wins that game. And once again,